Hello everyone, we are back in the UK for the biggest race of the season. It's been 11 years since we've been here for the FIM Motocross of Nations on Matterley Basin's track in Winchester. Three categories, 39 countries and 117 riders, all competing this weekend and trying to get their hands on that famous Chamberlain Trophy, which has been in France for 3 years now. Welcome to Matterley Basin for the Monster Energy FIM Motocross of Nations presented by FIAT Professional.
For this edition of the Monster Energy Motocross of Nations, the riders drop in from the start gate for the first time here at Matterley Basin. 90 metres to turn 1, over the whole shot line on the exit, and then immediately past pit lane. And the first 11-12 corners on this racetrack are very, very new. This is turn 2 down into turn 3, into a 180 right-hand turn, using the natural bank of the land there for the riders to try and slingshot. Heading uphill over this triple, into turn 4, a 180 left-hand turn, and then stepping down. Now this used to be a very fast chicane up through here, and as you can see, it's completely different. And again, we used to swing to the right, but now we have this tabletop right in front of the main grandstand area. It's going to be huge here on race day. Through the turn, dropping down over 3 shallow waves into this bottom right-hand corner, and then heading up over the Monster Energy jump into this left-hand turn. We utilize the old step down here between the trees, and then we swing left, G'ing out in the bottom of the hill. 3 more shallow waves, this Ippon tabletop jump into a left. You can see the split section to the inside, and then we're pretty much back onto the original part of the racetrack. The step down leading to the uphill quad, and then continuing through the long sweeping right-hand corner, but it goes on just a little bit longer, almost through 270 degrees. It tightens up here, over this crest, into a tight left, bank to the outside, and then into the Monster Energy waves. More of the rhythm section. You can double, 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 single, or triple, triple, single, or double, triple, double through that whole section. Through this left turn, and we head uphill over this crest. On the gas, the fans will be making a lot of noise through here. This very fast sweeping right-hand turn over the city double jump, and then the corner here, the long off-cambered right-hander. We'll expect it to get very rutty. It straightens up and flattens out slightly here through this left, and then we drop down over one of the many step-down jumps here into the flat right-hander at the bottom of the hill. The next jump here is the FIAT fullback tabletop. Takes the riders into the left-hander. And then the final approach up towards the finish line. The Tag Heuer uphill triple jump into the penultimate corner. And then we exit there into the final turn off cambered right-hander, as we said. The charge to the Monster Energy finish line. This is where the event will be decided on Sunday. Landing off that, straight into another tabletop jump in front of all the VIP areas. Short straights where pit lane used to be, and we rejoin here a tricky off-cambered 180-degree right-hand turn, and that's a lap of MATTERLEY Basin. Here's how the Motocross of Nations scoring system works. There are 3 riders per team, and they race for their country. They race with the numbers of where they finished last year. For example, France are the defending champions and race 1, 2, 3. Each rider will race twice. And where you finish is what you score. So first is 1 point, 10th equals 10 points. 5 out of the 6 results count, and the worst result gets dropped. The lowest team total wins. Three races on Sunday. Race 1 is MXGP and MX2. Race 2 is the MX2 and Open riders. Race 3 is Open and MXGP, the big one.
I feel good. We have a good team, and we work a lot the last 2 weeks. I have a good season in enduro, so I am the good feeling. It's good also because I like this bike. I have my best season with the 250, and yeah, I like the 250 Husqvarna factory. It's a really good bike, and I have fun with this bike. Yeah.
It's only on one race, so everything is possible. The last 2 years, yeah, I was riding really good. And then, yeah, we battled till the last moto for the win. For sure, we will not be happy with the second place. So we see. You know, it's gonna be exciting race for sure, and I think even if it's raining, the track will be really good. So we see what happens.
We are ready. This is the main thing. I had a good season. No, I'm really excited about this race. I am happy to be here defending our title, my title, and French colors on this track. We are here, and the title is on the table again. So now I think the cup is behind the box, and we need to grab it. There is everything to redo, and we are ready from now, and ready to go on the track and enjoy our weekend.
We were three riders in this race, so we need to all three do well to win this race. It's a team event. So individually, I'll do more than my best to hopefully you know, get the win, and hopefully my teammates got my back and we can be at the podium or even win. You know, that would be amazing.
This year we have the same team, and that feels really great because we know we have a strong team. Jeffrey is riding really great on the moment. Glenn Goldenhoff is riding really good. I want to give just everything for my country this weekend. So that's what we're going to do, and let's have some fun.
I mean, last year we got very close, and that was a little bit unexpected. But you know, coming into this year with the same team, with knowing last year we got second, I think we can win as well. I've won 2 GPs in my career, and one of them was on this track. So, no, I'm quite a fan of this track. To be back on the podium here would be even more crazy, you know, especially on this event. MX of Nations is one of the best, and I think there will be a lot of crowd, so we'll be good.
that sticky surface, the riders charged out of the gate for the first race. It was Glenn Koldenhoff who grabbed the foxhole shot, the first of the weekend, but it was Max Anstey who quickly took the lead. Tony Cairoli ran up the inside of Gauthier Paulin and fell through the next couple of corners as Anstey tried to pull clear. Paulin tried to adjust his boot as a result of that little altercation with Cairoli, who found himself down in 12th. Colseely made a decent start for Team USA, but then he fell from 11th down to 17th. His race would get a little worse after that. Hunter Lawrence, though, was the lead MX2 rider for Team Australia. He harassed the boys on the 450s as Anstey almost came to grief with a collision with Colseely, whose rear suspension had collapsed. Anstey led for Great Britain on home soil, pursued by the number 1 of Gauthier Paulin, the defending champions of France. And closing in all the time was Tim Gajser of Slovenia as Hunter Lawrence chased a top 4 position. Arno Tonus for Switzerland also in the mix. And Evgeny Bobashev not too far behind as they fought over 4th, 5th with Jeremy Van Horbik 6th. Paulin got passed by Gajser with 4 laps to go. The Slovenian now in 2nd, but Anstey for Great Britain was too far ahead. And it was Anstey who would eventually round out the final few corners to take an impressive race win ahead of Tim Gajser and Gauthier Paulin. Hunter Lawrence came home 4th to be the first MX2 rider. Tonus was 5th, but France led after race 1, followed by the Netherlands and Switzerland.
First time to be chosen for MXoN in the Nations. I was here in 2006. I watched the race, stood over there on that hill when I was 12 years old, and I never thought actually I'd be here racing, and let alone racing for Team GB. Okay, it's a busy event and everything's chaos going around us, but I do think we've got the fans, and hopefully the weather stays relatively good, and the track looks mega, so I think we're going to have some good racing.
Really happy to be on Team Great Britain, obviously with the Motocross of Nations being in England. Stress level's all right at the minute. I think when the crowd pour in, it's going to put the pressure on, but I quite like that. I like it when I have to perform, and it's normally when I get my best results. We have Max Anstey and Dean Wilson, both really, really good riders, and then you have myself that I think I can perform on the 250 this weekend. So I have no doubt that we can be up on the podium, but we have to make it happen on the weekend. This race comes down to a little bit of luck sometimes, so hopefully it's on our side this weekend.
It's a real big honour to represent Team Great Britain on the home soil. Something that doesn't happen very often, so I'm just really excited to be part of the team. We have the most amazing fans out there. Max is riding really well, I'm riding good, and so is Tommy. We all get along well and we're working really good as a team, so I'm not putting any pressure on myself. All I can do is try my hardest, and that's all I can do.
I'm a lot less stressed to be here at Matterley Basin this time. I came here in 2006. The team had a great result. We have a pretty good team. I think they're capable of a lot. It's just a matter of if they're able to execute the plan and keep it on 2 wheels and run up front.
I'm just super excited. I've been on the 450 for a few weeks now and feel really good on it. Typically a pretty smooth rider, riding in a high gear, so that seems to work well on the 450, and I'm really excited to get out there on the track. The track looks pretty sweet. Made some changes from the last few times I raced here, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
I'm excited. I don't know, experience the whole vibe of the, it's a totally different event than what I'm used to, but obviously watched it in the past, so I kind of know what the deal is. So I think we got a pretty strong team this year, and all of us are really happy to be a part of the team and represent our country. I've been friends with Thomas for years now. Grew up kind of racing mountain bikes with him, and then Zach and I have literally been racing since we were on 50s, so we have some good chemistry for sure.
feels great to be here at Matterley Basin. I've been here in the UK for 2 weeks now and just doing some riding and training. And I feel really good. I like our chances as Team USA, and I'm really excited to have the opportunity to ride with these boys and just put our best foot forward for our nation.
Race 2 saw the MX2 riders and the open class riders. Hunter Lawrence up the inside for Team Australia, looking for another good start. Jeffrey Hurlings almost looped out, but he rescued it and managed to take the second foxhole shot of the afternoon. He quickly got himself into the lead, followed by the number 3 of Romain Febvre, Team France. 24, Kurt Gibbs was also well placed for Australia, and Alessandro Lupino not too far behind. Christophe Charlier, the second of the French riders, was also in a good position as Thomas Covington fell for the third time. Zach Osborne, Team USA, doing his best to rectify a poor situation for the Americans, having to charge through the field. He did that in the latter stages of the race. He caught the 23 of Hunter Lawrence. Lawrence was impressive again for Australia as Hurlings fell from the lead, handing the advantage to Febvre of France. Charlier was always in and around the top 5 or 6, but in the second half of the race was being pushed by Hunter Lawrence, who found a way through, and then he went after Osborne. He took the American for 5th and charged on towards a top 3 place. Febvre and Hurlings were in a major battle for the lead, and so too was Hunter Lawrence. He got himself higher up the field, and there was nothing in it between Febvre and Hurlings until Hurlings made a decisive move down the inside with a handful of laps to go. The Netherlands salvaging one more point. Lupino was impressive for the Italians. He eventually came home in 4th place. Kurt Gibbs was 5th for Australia. His young teammate got himself into 3rd with that pass on Lupino and then fell half a lap later down to 8th. But it was an impressive win for Hurlings from Febvre and Osborne.
Yeah, I'm really happy. It's a special event, to be a part of, and it's really cool to be here in Matterley because the track is amazing. I mean, as a rider, you really want to ride on this type of conditions, so hope the weather is going to stay okay and we're going to have a lot of fun. But for myself, I feel good. I rode already in Villar and I had no pain, so it was the main thing. And I've been riding and riding physically. I feel better every time, so I'm ready for this race.
It's a little risk that we did to put me back on the 250 because first I did a great race in 2015 and we hoping to do the same, and yeah, really happy to be back here. Look really awesome to track. They make a great job and really looking forward to ride tomorrow.
I'm just happy to be here for Team Switzerland. We all have a good feeling in the group, and I'm happy on the 450 and I'm excited to race, Many teams have something missing. Example, Belgium, they had 2 injuries now and stuff like this, but we have a strong team, but to be realistic, it's not going to be that easy. We have 2 guys coming back from injuries. We will see how it goes, Nations is a one-day event which happens on Sunday afternoon, and if 3 guys are in top form, you're going to be on the podium, and if not, it's going to change, But we have a good feeling, and for sure our goal is to get Switzerland on the podium, which never happened in history.
I was happy when Joe called me, of course. It's always an honor to ride for your country. But yeah, very excited to go racing, and this year on the 250. So a little bit less stress also, because last year, yeah, I had to go on the 450, and I was not ready for that.
It's a bummer because we had a really good team. We had actually a winning team, I think. But now we still have a good team. I think we can make the podium because we still Belgium, you know, and Belgium almost never goes off the podium. So yeah. Last year was wonderful, you know, was one of the beautiful days out of my career, you know. I won the MX2 class, and I really enjoyed it. But it's good to be back on the 450, and especially, you know, it's going to be the 2018 Yamaha, so I'm really looking forward to ride the MXGP class.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I'm really proud to defend my country. It's my 7th time at the moment, so yeah, really looking forward to race again. You know, always feel good on the nations, always do well. So yeah, hopefully I can do the same this year.
Coming into the final race, France led on 25 from the Netherlands, Australia, Switzerland and Great Britain had got themselves into 5th. And it was Max Anstey who grabbed the 3rd and final foxhole shot of the afternoon for Great Britain. Febvre was 2nd. Herlings quickly found his way up the inside of Jeremy van Hoorbeek to get himself into 3rd. But Anstey and Febvre were already disappearing at the head of the field. Cole Seeley made a good start. He was inside the top 10. But he would also have problems again in race 2. Another collapsed rear shock would end his day and Americans' hopes of a win. The battles were intense at the head of the field. Paulin going off track, put himself under pressure. Tim Geiser closed in, and Paulin sensed the urgency. Went back after the Swiss rider. Tonus then got caught behind Geiser, who'd just taken a position away from the Swiss rider. Geiser was down to 8th. And then Anstey fell from the lead. He picked himself up, but it was Febvre who led for France. Herlings was closing in the background for the Netherlands. In 3rd, Van Hoorbeek, he was in 4th for Belgium on what was a quiet day for one of the most successful nations in the history of this event. Seeley's rear suspension was worsened, but Anstey had clawed back a huge deficit. He made that pass on Romain Febvre to get himself back into the lead, and he was going after a class victory in MXGP in the individual stakes. He was also getting Great Britain towards a podium position. Febvre, riding without goggles, came unstuck. Herlings found his way through into 2nd. Another point claimed back for the Netherlands. France, though, were in pole position. The battle really was between the Netherlands and Great Britain. Anstey came home to cross the line. First, he made it a double moto win. Herlings was 2nd. Febvre was 3rd. Jeremy van Hoorbeek 4th for Belgium. Tim Geiser was 5th. But France win again. They are the world champions for the 4th consecutive time. 5th now in their history. The Netherlands on the 2nd step of the podium, but Great Britain making the podium for the first time in 20 years. Hunter Lawrence was the MX2 class winner. He also picked up the Ricky Carmichael Award. Jeffrey Herlings won the Open class, and Max Anstey was victorious in MXGP.
Time now to close the chapter on the 2017 season. The rain held off here in Matterley Basin, but only just for the 71st edition of the Motocross of Nations. After 3 strong races, Team France won the Chamberlain Trophy for the 4th year in a row, with Team the Netherlands and Team Great Britain rounding off that podium. Now's when the teams and riders will celebrate and take some much needed time out before heading into the 2018 FIM Motocross World Championship next year. So we'll look forward to see you then.